are your rights under the Constitution of the United States of America? And what's going too far? From CBR.com, a slightly shitty news source. Thank you, Sean Connery. Wolverine's creator's widow blasts Governor Gretchen Whitmer's attempted kidnappers for using the hero's name. By Jim Johnson. The story details the attempt of a group called the Wolverine Watchmen, a self-stylized militia operating in the state of Michigan. The FBI alleges that the militia group plotted to kidnap Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer and put her on trial, prompting Len Wein's widow, Christine Vallada, to tweet the following. My husband, Len Wein, who was the writer-creator of Wolverine and the editor of Watchmen, is spinning in his grave because Wolverine was about overcoming his worst instincts to remain human. Also, these assholes hate being reminded Wolverine's creator was a New York Jew. Hashtag snicked. Hashtag pow. Now, a cursory glance at Vallada's Twitter reveals that she's a lawyer and she's very much involved in her perceptions of politics. That's fine. That's her legal right. I disagree with her stance, but that's my right. Len Wein's not around anymore to give us his take on all of this. But as a fan of the Chris Claremont era Wolverine stories, as well as a staunch supporter of our Constitution's Second Amendment, I felt like I should weigh in on this particular story. Now, the article's on CBR, so you can go read it and make up your own mind, but from one asshole to another, here's the savage perspective. The Second Amendment to the United States Constitution enumerates our inalienable rights as granted by our Creator to keep and bear arms and to form well-regulated militia in order to keep the peace in our particular corner of these great United States of America. Now, local militias do not take the place of the military, nor do they protect people who engage in vigilantism. What it does guarantee is a community's right to protect themselves from hostile forces, both foreign and domestic, if they threaten the community and authorities aren't able to respond. In the event that the authorities are the threat to the local community, militias have been shown to be a particularly potent deterrent, as was the case in 2014 when an armed militia stood with a rancher named Cliven Bundy when the United States government attempted to seize his lands and his cattle in Harney County, Oregon. In colonial times, American settlers were forbidden to form militia and were denied the right to keep and bear arms. When the colonies declared their independence and the Continental Army was created, local militias were key to many, many victories as they were able to employ guerrilla tactics versus what the current European model of warfare was, where you line up and you shoot until the other army dies. Staunchly independent American settlers fought for their Bill of Rights, which includes the right to keep and bear arms and the right to form well-regulated militias. Now, there are a lot of asshole governors out there. I personally live in a state where I feel like mine is. But does that give you the right to plot a kidnapping of a public official, especially when public forum and legislative avenues are available? In my opinion, no. If you bring guns to the state, you're basically declaring war on the state. If you use guns to defend your domicile, then you are acting in defense of your castle. There's a big, big difference. Every human being has the right to self-defense, so long as they're capable of mind and body, and they respect the golden rule, which is a live and let live. You do your thing over there, I do my thing over here. If we craft an alliance and can exchange goods or services, cool. But as long as you don't fuck with me, I won't fuck with you, and everybody's happy on their own little patch of grass on planet Earth. Well, some people are assholes, or some groups of people decide they want to be assholes. So you get together with your community and you create a militia to protect everything. In its most extreme case, The Walking Dead is a very good illustration of that. You have the communities of the Kingdom, you have Alexandria, and Hilltop. Through all their struggles, they decided to band together so they can repulse threats like Negan's Saviors and Alpha's Whisperers. Now, I don't like Governor Whitmer's politics any more than I like any other toe-the-linist's political views, which your sex or your race should have nothing to do with. Base your platform on something that serves the people and makes fucking sense, and not on stories of boogeymen or ists or isms, or that person wears a different color tie than I do, so fuck them. But that does not give citizens the right to plot her abduction and put her on some sort of kangaroo court trial where she has no due process and none of that shit. If you want to get her on whatever the fuck you think she's doing, make your case in court and make sure it's a damn good one. Because you don't want to waste my money on your fucking goose chase. And better yet, if you don't like her, vote her out of fucking office. Michigan. You don't get to invoke the name of the Wolverine to do head-ass shit in the name of your Second Amendment right. That's not what that amendment was there for. So maybe go spend a little bit more time at the library and a little less time with a tinfoil hat on. You gotta read a lot more before you decide that this is the best strategy for your state.